Hello folks, hope everyone is doing awesome. In this video, we will be taking a look at the concept of database replication. Note that, and nothing to scare, but this topic is actually quite complex and has its own intricacies. But with that being said, we will give you a good feel for this concept using examples and stories, so it becomes easier for you to dive deep later. Without further ado, let's jump in. We will be using our bookstore example again. We have multiple employees taking the customer orders. Every time a book request is placed to an employee, he goes to our book record, then searches for that entry in the record to find the book location, and then serves the book to the customer. Now, if there are multiple requests who, let's say, happen to come at the same time, which is quite possible given the increasing popularity of our store. Now, if this happens, all the corresponding employees who are handling their book requests will go to the record around the same time. Definitely, they won't be fighting with each other there, right? But rather, we'll have to wait for whosoever has come first to complete his work. This increases the wait time for our customers, if you can imagine. Our owner now starts to take notice of this and comes up with another great idea to solve. Can you guess what it would be? He just starts keeping multiple replicas of that record for each of the employees. Natural and intuitive, right? Why this is helpful is because now they don't need to wait for each other and have separate copies to look for information quickly. This saves valuable time for the customer. Also, he keeps one main record with himself. Once in a while, whenever he gets an update for his book inventory, maybe let's say addition of new books or new editions, he just makes that entry in the main record and also replicates that entry in all other records our employees are using. This way, all the records stay up to date and in sync with each other. This is the gist of the concept of database replication. In technical terms, this main record over here is called the master database. All the write operations happen here. These secondary records, which our employees were using, are called slave databases. That is, where the read operations happen. Now, you can actually think that there are many advantages of this pattern. For example, we already know that our customer wait time was reduced when our shop owner added replicas. Basically, it led to better performance of the overall system of the business, as things could happen in parallel without waiting for each other to complete. Also, let's say someone spills over a coffee on one of his records. No big deal. He can just use another record for the time being till owner gives him his new fresh replica record. Or let's say perhaps the owner itself misplaces his main record. No big deal again. He can just choose any other replica record to be the new main record. This makes our system more reliable and available. So basically, just to summarize, what we did in this pattern was nothing new, but very similar to the concept of horizontal scaling. Here, we introduced multiple nodes or redundancy at the database layer. There, we did the same but at the application server layer. This is done to increase performance and availability. As already said, we are just scratching the surface, and there are quite a few complexities that come up when we work with distributed system architecture, such as this master-slave pattern Nevertheless, I hope this video was useful for you to get a feeling and thought process behind this concept. Thanks so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. Until then, stay safe and take care.